Hi everyone! The boy! Hey!
Hi everyone! He's
Hello.
here.
We should all just come in with the little awkward hand and the teeths. Hi everybody, it's Wicked Wednesday. Welcome.
Welcome to the Cult of Wednesday. The Cult of
Yes.
Wicked, the Cult of Wednesday.
Those of you who've never been here before, this t-shirt has nothing to do with this game.
No, it's not. I'm very sorry.
At some point he'll be accepted into the pantheon of deities, but he has to ascend properly first.
No, he's an elder. He's a patron. He's absolutely an eldritch being, an eldritch horror.
Eldritch
Let
blast.
me be a warlock or Frodo, please.
Are you a...
Arlen?
Oh goodness. Guys, listen, we are Wicked Game and we play D&D and other TTRPGs. Today we're playing From the Ashes, which is our 5th edition game that we've been playing for a few weeks now. We've got a YouTube channel where the new Iridian Archives episode is up. If anyone's interested in that, you can head on over if you want and go and check out that content. As always, a really big thank you to our mods. Flash, Sweet Poison, Rooney, we are very grateful to you for your time. Now, we've had like a couple of weeks of technical difficulties, not technical difficulties. We don't have technical difficulties. Gosh,
I did.
We keep just getting pissed on by the platform that we use. And so listen, we're so grateful that you guys keep turning up, but we're going to just keep plowing on no matter what happens, because then you'll have the VOD to watch. And then when it goes up on YouTube, it all gets recorded. So just don't worry too much if things start. If we start getting shouted on by Twitch, just stay with us.
Look, Jeff is trying. He's like a small independent business owner.
It's a mum and pop thing, you know.
He just doesn't have the money to improve the servers. Jeff's doing his best.
I just can't joke about that.
I saw Tom's nostrils begin to flare, and I was like, "Whoa!"
No.
Anyway, fingers crossed, because it doesn't happen all the time. It just happens most of the time. So maybe today will be a good day. Oh Lord, that almost made me laugh, the thought of that kind of optimism and hope. Anyway, From the Ashes. So previously on From the Ashes, our new friends, our 3 new friends, found themselves in the city of Arroway Haven. And this city has found itself under new leadership just recently. Somebody has stepped into power. And after this bumpy start, our friends are starting to look around for a place to live and to get jobs. Life. And when we left off last time, I believe they had sort of somebody that they'd met in a cafe had a tip. That sounds really random.
You know how it is.
The person that they had been doing temporary lodgings with in a tavern said that they had a tip on somewhere a little bit more permanent to live, and was sort of leading them to go and talk to this person who he described to be a bit of a like local legend, somebody that was sort of infamous around the city, and that it was one of those really good opportunities that a lot of people are going to want. So, why not throw your hat into the game as well? So, with that, I usually have a really dramatic thing to say, but I honestly completely forgot. So let us slough off our mortal consciousnesses and ascend to Frodo's truest mortal realm, the Iridian Empire. Gosh, sorry, fucked
Are
that
you
up.
saying Frodo's from the Iranian Empire?
I'm not. He's not from that.
He's here somewhere.
Well,
There's a
he's legally not from Mordor, so
yeah. Listen. If there's a Roger Fuck sword in the world, there is absolutely a Frodo. And sorry for that inside joke.
I feel like he'd be an extra that was just always in the background looking directly at the camera.
Yes.
He's the extra that no matter how many times, like the third AD is like, you can't look at the camera. You have to be doing business. He's like that.
Okay, yeah. No. I got you. Sorry.
Oh
he's
God.
the guy in wearing jeans in the last days of Pompeii.
Yeah, with a fucking water bottle. What a dick. Anyway,
He never grew out of that, like the primary school sort of nativity play, the kind of Mom.
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 Oh God. Let's go find a house, guys.
Yeah,
Right.
let's slough off our mortal sloughs.
Let's mortal off our sloth coils.
Now that we've sloughed it right off, so you're with Cliff, who is a human man, and who runs the Cat and the Custard Pot, and he has a quick word with Kath, who is his goblin waitress, and she sort of takes over behind the bar and starts taking some orders, and he pulls his apron off and leaves, and he quickly hails down a gondola and shows a card which the person who is doing the gondola stamps, and you all step into the gondola and start to move. I think he would say to the person that, yeah, we're going to Kiskadol Way, please. And it kind of moves off. You still doing? Is Cam also? The gondolier is not Frodo.
That's fine. I just don't trust any woman named Kath. I briefly had a mother called Kath, and it just
Oh, Kath.
yeah.
Kathy.
Like
Oh, that's
yeah.
the goblin. Yeah. No, she's a good girl.
She was called Kath with an F, but sure. Let's back in the fantasy world.
And you start moving through the canals, as you have now done a fair few times, and you're moving into kind of what would be, I guess, a sort of upper middle class area of the city. Upper middle class area of the city. It isn't like the areas that gosh, I've already forgotten his name. Marcus, how rude. Took you to, where it was quite grand and where that beautiful tree was. It is more like a lot of very pretty tall townhouses. But, fairly sort of packed in. And Cliff is kind of quite quiet, but breathing in the air, the evening air, as I remember, and sort of slight awkwardness that comes with, I don't actually know you very well.
So, I guess, hi Cliff, sorry, it's me, Serge. I haven't seen you in a while, but yeah, it's good to see you again. I was just wondering, this, is it Marla or Miss Alana?
Oh yes, her name is actually Malika Gauna, but I call her Marla.
Cool. Malika Gauna?
Yeah, I'll say it to you. He's not spelling it. That'd be fucking wild. Gouna.
Cool. Thank you. Right. My mental notes were definitely wrong there. Okay, cool. So, like, I guess, is there, if this is like an interview of some sort, is there like anything she really, really likes, or anything that she really, really dislikes. Because obviously, like, if she really hated, you know, three people that just happened to walk up to her doorstep, then that would not be ideal. Do you know what I mean?
No, I understand. That seems well. How do I go about sort of? I don't know. She is an extraordinary person. I'll say that right off the bat. She was in the glass business for a long time before she retired. I know that much. But she was already. Pardon me.
It's all right. It's okay. I just said smashing. That was all.
Very funny. That's very funny. I actually got that one. That's great. Well done.
Thank you.
She is. She's a tabaxi. I don't know if that makes any difference. She doesn't like people talking about her teeth. That would be a top tip.
Okay.
And although I actually don't know that, I just never have mentioned it because it seems rude. So maybe that's just a me thing. Her husband died a little while ago, and she's now, you know, she's getting on in years. So maybe don't bring that up, that she's elderly.
This guy got anything we should bring up at all?
Yeah.
Apart from just a fucking list of don'ts.
Well, she likes dragon chess. Have you ever played a dragon chess?
No.
No, it's like chess, but there's some slight differences. Oh God, I've got quite giddy.
It's exactly the same, just they've renamed the bishop a cleric. Like there's literally no difference otherwise. Lydia, am I aware of dragon chess? I can't play it, but like, is this something I would have known in my former life?
Yeah,
It feels
I'm
in
not gonna have you
character.
roll for that. I think he liked to play it. He probably tried to teach it to you, and it didn't really go down that well. And it was another thing that he chastised you for. And he was always really wanting somebody to play with. Sometimes he played with that.
Dog.
No, what was it? I want to say Boggle,
Yeah,
but now
Boggle.
that sounds like a game.
It
That's
It
not-
is also a
yeah,
game.
Boggle, yeah.
It is both a game and a creature in
Oh, the boggle.
the secretor.
The secretor that never made it.
So Creation.
Yeah, I think you know of it.
Cool, that's fine.
Yeah, I have a whole thing in my head about what dragon chess is, which is not canon at all, but it's.
It's a homebrew world, Lydia. It's entirely canon.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. She's had quite an adventurous life, and I don't think, if I'm honest, it is really in her nature to be a kind of sedate, retired person. So this is a very difficult thing for her to do, to ask for lodgers and help. I think that's the best advice that I can give you, is that she's very independent. She's been living a very active life in her old age, you know, and the city adores her, you know, generally. Everyone seems to know Marla.
Okay, good. Right. Well.
And you turn into this new street, and the gondolier kind of goes, yeah, like just anywhere here then, or is it a particular place? And he goes, yeah, no, it's just that one there with the, and you see this this townhouse that is, it is made of that pale yellow brick, like stone that is around a fair amount, and next to it, in this sort of line of townhouses, there is then sort of what appears to be her house, and each window is glorious stained glass of beautiful pictures within the stained glass. And then next to the house, on the far side as you're coming up to it, is it sort of appears to be where somebody might have pulled down a whole townhouse and built instead a kind of crookedy little tower. which is attached to the house, if that makes any sense at all. And the gondolier like pulls up to the front door, where you see that there is this large wooden door with those sorts of doors that have 2 glass panes, and the panes are stained glass, and in one window there is a stained glass picture of a ginger cat, and in the other is a stained glass picture of like a kind of a lion head. And the doors open and some people leave and get into their own gondola, and they're like talking to each other as they leave and get in. And there is a human man at the door who kind of shoos them off a little bit, and then looks and goes, "Ah, Cliff, hello. You surely don't need lodgings, do you? Have you brought people?" And Cliff goes, "No, I just came across these people. I thought I'd make some introductions." And he goes, right, well, in you come. She's in the parlor. She's had quite a few cups of tea, so she's got quite jittery. In you come. And you are ushered into this pretty townhouse.
I think Serge kind of bows a couple of times as he's walking through the door, like
valet,
looking up at Cam to see if like I'm doing it right. If he's not, then it's full on kind of fuck.
Hello, is chamomile?
Oh yes, in you go. Don't bother introducing yourself to me. I'm just the butler. Just save your energy for her. And he's being kind of kind, but he's sort of like, just get on with it. I've got a job to do. And you get ushered into a spacious parlor with various different little cushioned armchairs and a coffee table with some plates which have got she's seen a few people because there's just like a couple of little cakes left and finger sandwiches.
I should have killed those guys going in, I tell you. Could have got them.
And sitting there on the edge of a chaise is a kind of gingery graying tabaxi with slightly like messy. One ear is quite shredded, and the eyes are like a little bit milked over. And she goes, right, one, and she starts to kind of pull herself up out of the seat.
No reason to get up. It's a pleasure to meet you.
No, I could do it. And up, she kind of staggers herself up, comes over and shakes you by the hand. She pulls this big smile, and you see that instead of the teeth that you normally see in tabaxi, which is quite cat-like teeth, she has this incredible row of perfect white human teeth smiling out from her face.
I'm out.
Is that full on kind of
human teeth as she smiles?
Full on. Hi. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Serge.
You can call me Mala, and she shakes you by the hand. Please take a seat. We've got some. Do you want tea or wine? Or I think I might move on to wine now. It's time for wine. And she, the human man goes off and comes back with a little carafe of wine, but you can have tea and you can help yourself to anything that's on the table.
I think this whole time Serge just been looking at the teeth, just fully like.
And she sits and sort of just smiles widely at you and goes, "So, I should probably tell you first about the situation so that you can say whether you think it's appropriate. Let's say this all again. I have, next to my house, I have lodgings for people, and I find myself now in a situation where I'm possibly a little in need of guardian angels of sorts. When my husband passed away some time ago, and she sort of gestures behind her to this enormous, like incredibly dramatic, vast painting that is almost taking up the whole of the wall behind her, with this like gold edging, very kind of flouncy gold edging. It's the most dramatic painting you've probably ever seen, and it's like a tempestuous sea with like a ship being wrecked behind her, and on the rocks, like almost back to back, but really striking a heroic pose, are two figures. One is like the sexiest ginger female tabaxi you've ever seen, with like a rapier and a fucking hat, and like on the other side is this like broad-chested lionin, I can't say that, but like, you know, the lion folk, with this beautiful like mane and again like a hat, and they just look super like full of life, and like they've been on the seas there, you know, for years having fun. He died a little while ago, and I have been trying to occupy myself, but I think something happened recently, and I realized perhaps I need some people to lodge here who could maybe help me if something bad happened. That sounds perhaps a little dramatic, but you know, if somebody tries to break in,
Is that what happened, or?
Yes, that's effectively what happened. Somebody tried. They tried, and they did in fact fail, but it gave me pause. She smiles widely, and her teeth gleam. So it is my feeling that I have this whole tower that my husband and I bought when it came up for sale, and we tried to make it part of the house, but it doesn't really look right, and I thought I would just give up trying to make a library and let people lodge there for a while, and then they can act as I would give a decent rate, but on the proviso that, you know, you're not on call constantly, but that should the need arise, you know, you could help me up if I fell over, and
Absolutely.
shoo away any ne'er-do-wells.
And Cam is amazing at opening doors as well.
He is. He's
Well,
so
that's
good.
a very good skill to have, Cam. I do have I think you've met him already. I have somebody who can open a door. I was thinking more about somebody who could sort of prevent people from climbing in windows if they're not meant
His
to.
king close windows.
Oh, then that's great. Again, it's not a full-time job, but she pats this, it's essentially like, it looks like a very ordinary pebble with a hole in it and like a thong round her neck. She goes, this blasted thing, it is, you know, not really to my taste at all, but if something bad happens, I can kind of, I don't know, pat it or something, and then she pulls out of her pocket this little like little pile of pebbles, and these will alert whoever holds them that I need some assistance. And really, it's just emergencies. But so you see my predicament. It's not a full-time job, but I do need some help should the need arise. And so I thought cheap lodgings was the answer. Do you understand?
Yes, absolutely. We are 3 people in need of a place to stay, and you are someone in need of company. And I think we could be very good company for you. Can I do a perception check of her? Like, does she have anything wrong with her that looks like?
Did you hear me talk about the teeth?
Yeah, I don't want to look at the teeth. I'm avoiding the teeth. But anything that's like, Oh, I can see that you have a bad hip, and I know this thing will help it, or something like that. I don't know.
Roll perception.
You do have a scalpel.
I have a scalpel.
Open her right up. Let's see what's going on in there.
I just
Slip,
pull out the
slap.
scalpel. Oh, that's a 22 perception.
Ooh.
Very good. I'll say this. From the moment that you walked in and she tried to get up and sort of move over, you can't identify anything truly obvious that's wrong with her, but you sense that her hips give her pain, and that she's elderly, so most of her joints give her pain.
Yeah.
And she sort of rubs, as she got up, she sort of rubbed idly at the base of her spine. And she likes a sit down more than a stand up.
Okay. Good to know.
But yeah, she's not got like anything that is visibly very obviously
Okay.
wrong with her.
Okay. I don't think Nick Snow understands medicine and all that. Like, she does understand medicine, but like she doesn't understand that she understands medicine. If that makes sense.
It's instinctive.
Yeah.
Right? Instinctive,
Yeah. So if there was something, then she'd be like, "Oh, this."
You're a Reiki healer. You're not a surgeon.
Yeah.
Fucking burnt or Reiki healers.
I mean, yeah.
We're gonna be aligning your humours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to all the Reiki healers out there that are watching. All 6.
So,
I think, to be honest with you, we're pretty good at handling ourselves. Well, these two are. I did almost die, but if anything, I think that just illuminates the fact that we are not afraid to put ourselves in the way of danger if if that were to come. And also we would really like to have lodgings that aren't as expensive as the place we are at the moment. So
Right.
I think
Well,
we're like perfect. But do you want us to like fight a rat or something to
oh no.
show you?
No. We don't have rats in this house for sure.
I have a question. It's probably going to sound weird, but I just want to make sure we all know what we're getting into.
Mhm.
So, you're saying we'd have the tower, we'd live in there. Would we?
Is that the end of the question, or you have more?
No, I have more. Would we be able to come and go as we please?
Very good question, young lady. So, you would have the tower. The tower has 4 floors, and the whole thing would kind of be for the lodgers. And it does have its own entrance. You would have keys, several keys to your own room, keys to your tower, and keys to my house, and keys to the door that goes from my house to your tower. I'll have a key that goes into your tower, but not into your room. That is your business.
Okay.
I would say this. You can come and go from your tower however you wish, but how do I say this? It would, I think, please me to hear people walking around my house and hear people talking in my hallways. I keep company. I have dinners frequently, and once every 10 days, I have to tell stories to children, which I absolutely hate, but I promised it to my husband, so I do it anyway. So sometimes there are people in the house, but sometimes it is very quiet and I'm not very used to that. So it would really please me to hear people coming and going as they please. It is far more what I am used to, is the chatting and the footfall. So you can use your own entrance if you wish, but I it's up to you.
But no, that's great. We'll walk around. We'll walk around wherever. I just wanted to make sure that, you weren't gonna lock us in a tower.
Yeah, walking is definitely better than not being able to walk. So
Yeah.
we can do.
How odd. How odd. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourselves? How do you know each other? Are you just friends for life, or what is this?
Serge will tell you how we're friends.
Fuck you! I was literally about to go. Serge looks at Nix.
Nick looks back.
Yeah.
This is the pitch. This is the one that's going to be the role, the role for Charming.
God. Okay.
Chamomile is gentleman.
He is gentleman. He is gentleman.
Yeah.
He is such a gentleman.
You know, we've all known each other for ages. Well, we've kind of known each other for a while, but well, we've been, I guess, on an adventure of sorts for a little while. For the past 10 day almost, and it's been fantastic. But we have found our destination, and whilst our adventure as a three isn't over, as a trio, I think that our days of other people dictating the adventure that we're having are definitely over. So
intriguing, very intriguing.
Well, maybe there's a story in there for you, but not for just any old day. It'll have to be like told over time and time and time and time and time. Do you see what I mean? Like, please.
So how long have you known each other?
Oh. Well, I've known. I personally have known Cam and Nix separately for give or take a couple of years now. We recently, we got the band together, so to speak, and the rest is history.
Roll persuasion.
How much do you tell a person? Persuasion, that was a 10 plus 5, that was a 15. Only average rolls.
She sort of looks at you for a little while, and then looks over to Cliff, who's just sort of been standing in like the archway to the parlor, and she goes, Cliff, how do you know them? You're obviously, you're putting them forward. You're speaking on behalf of them. And he went, oh no, I don't really know them at all. They just stayed at my, they stayed at my tavern. They seemed, like decent folk. They paid up front. They didn't trash their rooms. And I thought I'd give them but I'm going to be honest. The conversation on the gondola ride over is about as well as I know them. They eat cream slices.
We do like them.
Serge likes them. I don't mind them. They're very lovely. Cam doesn't feel like he's allowed sweet things.
Besides our love.
Yes.
Cam, why don't you think that you should have sweet things? Do you know sweet things? Have you tried them before?
He's no sweets for Cam.
Oh, you're allergic to sweet things or something?
He is not for Cam. Chamomile is butler. Chamomile eat scraps.
Oh, you used to be a butler?
Yes.
And so, did you not get to... you did not get to eat sweets when you were a butler? I don't see how those two things go together. My butler eats sweets all the time.
No.
Can I make a an insight check to see whether she is just finding us fucking weird, or
Yeah, roll. I mean, roll.
there are reasons for those of you watching at home. There are reasons why we're being so cagey. That was an 18.
Wait, this is insight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. So far, when you spoke to her, you got a 15, but everything you said really lacked any information at all. And she's letting you into her actual home, which has precious things in it. And she's got... Her instinct is that if people aren't transparent with her, it's hard for her to immediately trust. However, she likes your general vibe. That's what the 15 gets you, is despite the fact that you look shady as fuck and nothing you say makes sense, she sort of likes the vibe you've got going, and that's what you got going for you.
I think with that knowledge, I look at Nyx kind of meaningfully kind of thing for a second, and I turn round to her and say, look, the three of us, honestly, the three of us haven't had a great start, and it's difficult for us to talk about, but we would love to try for a better way of life, and if you could let us stay here, we would be quite literally in your debt.
She takes a second. She sort of leans on the arm, like the bit of the chaise that you can like lean on, and gets a bit of a kind of closer look at you through her slightly milky eyes, and goes, interesting. Roll another persuasion, because that was like a new take.
Thematic fucking rolls here. That was a natural 17 plus 5 is a 22.
Yeah.
She sort of pats you on the forearm and goes, I respect that, these things can take time and a new start is important. Let me show you to the... She begins to kind of pull herself up as she's talking into the towers. If you like it, I'll tell you the rates, and I will introduce you to the rest of the household. And she begins to, painfully slowly move herself with her cane across the room, through the hallway foyer area, and across where there is essentially what looks like a much newer door that has been forced into a room. She takes some keys out, she opens it up, and her butler does try and help her a little bit, and she keeps no, I can do it. Tries to she's really fumbling with the keys, and you go into the tower, which is so different, could not feel more different to her house, which is so full of clutter and things and an accumulated life of a very adventuring lady. This place is far more bare, and it is built from a darker stone, and it is essentially if you think about the wedges of the circle going up each layer. You have the ground floor, which would be where you might keep company. There's a little small kitchenette kind of area with the little stovey type wood fire thing. And then when you go up a level, you have essentially a round sitting area, and then off it would be two rooms that kind of go around the outside, which is a kind of a bedroom on one side, and then a sort of toilet on the other, and that then goes up for 3 levels. At one point, she turns to you, Nyx, and goes, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but this was going to be a place where we were going to have scrolls and books and things. We did this to the windows. You might like this floor. And the stained glass in this whole floor is much darker. So the windows, it's like having tinted windows, like, grey, all these beautiful little like shards of grey, no particular pattern, but just like pretty little fragments of grey and black.
I freaking love this tabaxi woman.
I know, same.
It's like the tour is very frustrating because it's so slow and it's sort of an empty house. There's nothing really to show, but she's just going at this very, very slow say and will not be rushed and will not be helped at all. Well, you can, there's many evenings of the week you're very welcome to have meals with me. Sometimes I keep company, though, for like, there's still, I don't really do business anymore to speak of. I sold my business, but I still have some fingers in some pies, and I do a little bit of socializing. So sometimes there is a little bit of that, but it would be nice to have a meal with people who have stories of what happens in the city, because often I don't get out as much as I'd like to anymore. So do you like the tower? You think you could do something interesting with it? You can do whatever you want, frankly, with the different rooms. But you have a level to yourself. It's quite nice. You can decorate it however you want.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's great. Cam, what do you think?
He's very good.
You don't like Cam?
He's nice.
Okay.
He's a lot. He's
Okay, Cam.
he's lots.
Oh, she's gonna roll a little. She's gonna roll a little insight. Are you trying to hide anything from her, Cam?
He's just a bit overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It's
She kind of hooks her walking stick over her arm and slips her paw through the crook of your elbow, and just sort of pats you on the bicep as she walks back into her house and goes, "It's okay. It can be. We like a fancy place, and maybe that's a bit too much for you. But it's all about just getting used to what you know."
Chamomile thanks.
You're okay. You'll be fine.
I'm gonna tap Serge on the shoulder way too much. He is smashing.
I put my hand sort of gently on his when it rests, and I say, that's it, smashing. Honestly, it's incredible. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing, because this I know that we are doing something for you in return, I guess, but it means a lot.
I haven't quite made my decision yet, young man. You're very likable people. Very likable indeed. But just, a couple more. Got to dot the I's and cross the T's, make sure everything. And she just keeps, at her own pace. She trudges through the house, and she introduces you to a dwarven man who is in the sort of downstairs kitchen area of the main house, who doesn't even turn around. He is wanted to make it work.
Sacrificed.
Yeah.
He was pleased to finally, really truly be able to solve the problem, honestly.
Yeah, we sacrificed him to Jeff.
Yeah.
And,
okay,
that gives
so
a couple of hours,
yes,
I think.
3 gold pieces per 10 day, with the proviso that you're aware of that you keep the pebble on you at all times, and that you sort of come when you're called, and that you sort of have that. You don't just you don't sort of clock off when you go to bed. That there's a certain part of you that's aware of keeping the house safe. though, she's not expecting you to do watches. That's not part of the deal.
Sorry, is that 3 gold per 10 day from us to her or from her to us?
From us to her.
From you to her.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You're not doing a full-time job, so she's not paying you. She's simply giving you a discount on what is effectively really nice lodgings. A good part of town.
Okay. Well, I think we can do that. You know, in terms of being around, I think we'll be around a lot. I don't really like going out during the day, so I tend to like. I mean, if possible, I'll probably end up sleeping during the day. So, you know, it won't exactly be watches, but there will probably be one of us around pretty much all the time. So, you know, that's not a bother. You know, we're friendly. We never start fights. The only fights we've got into is trying to save people or people attacking us.
Did that happen already?
Yeah, we got mugged like our first day here.
Oh,
I almost died. I show her the stab wound.
Oh, that's infected, Serge. I need to look at that. Okay.
what? But so how did that end? Did the custers come?
They were there.
Yeah.
They were there.
They're bloody useless, aren't they?
They're so useless. Are they all like that, or did we just have a bad night?
Well, I tell you, I've been to quite a few cities around the Empire in my life, and I tell you, the one thing that stitches the whole world together is the custers are rubbish. I mean, you know, they do what they can, but they're just, you know.
Surely not all custers.
No. Hashtag all custers.
But something weird did happen. Maybe you'll know a bit more. This person sort of appeared and helped us out a bit. Like, is that normal?
Oh, yeah. I think, you know, there are a lot of good people out there, and there are, you know, I think we both know there's always an organization that will protect the little guy as long as there's some reward in it for them.
Yeah.
Did you get to speak to them at all? Is that a kind of route that you want to take? I mean, I won't judge. I've done some things in my time.
I just feel like I wasn't maybe as grateful as I should have been.
Oh, fuck that. What is gratitude when people are asking for gratitude? No.
I mean, you know, we would have died without them, but also I didn't ask them to help, so...
Not quite. Yeah. I mean, I see where you're coming from, definitely. All right, well, I think last thing, just quickly, what is your favorite color? Serge?
Green.
Young lady, Nix.
Oh, silver, maybe?
Ooh, lovely. Cam?
His today is red.
And
Is tomorrow
oh,
maybe yellow.
He really likes flowers. Cam's really great with flowers.
Really good. Have you got a garden or something?
we don't have a garden, but we've got plenty of window boxes.
Cam just look.
Cam likes to look.
And what is your favorite food? Quickfire.
Oh, cream slice.
Young lady?
Aubergine?
Honey. Strange. Cam?
Here sometimes the bread is soft, is nice.
Oh, bless you all are very... I think I get a very good understanding of you.
Actually, you know what? I had a leek yesterday, and it was amazing. I've never had one of them before, and it was incredible. So
just plain leek.
maybe, yeah. Yeah.
He just
What?
ate it.
Is it just?
It was
just-
not cooked.
No, it just went in my mouth, and then.
Okay,
it
well,
went
this
there.
has given me a very clear picture of you as people. Can I have one final persuasion check from the group?
Oh.
It's fine, guys. I'll do it. Don't worry. Oh.
I think at that point, Serge definitely starts to go, "Oh shit! Wait, were they tests? Were these questions tests?"
I failed my test. I rolled a 9.
It's okay. I got a 16, so that's a 21.
Oh, so yours is a 9 flat, is it, Nix?
Yeah, I don't have much charisma at all.
It's all up to Cam.
Well, it's all up to Nikki's dice rolls.
Oh my god, I just see what he rolled.
Was it in that 20?
It's a full Natasha Bedingfield. It's a
A
natural 20.
Natasha.
Oh,
With
To
a
be
plus
fair-
0.
To be fair, you have been very disarming and sweet. So
Yeah, she pulled out a sword, and I was like,
she sits for a moment kind of regarding you, and it is this sort of moment where she is allowing the room to become exceptionally awkward for a moment in order to just be in her own thoughts and look at you. And Cliff, who is still there, just starts to sort of shift from foot to foot. And then she goes, "You want to move in now?" And she pushes some keys across the coffee table. It's like three rings with several keys attached to them, and the pebbles as well.
I'm just going to look over at Nyx. He's coin okay?
is coin okay?
We has coin?
Yeah. Yes. We have coin.
Okay.
Yes. Do you want some payment up front? You know, we can
Like a
pay
down
for-
payment.
Up front every 10 day is an absolute must.
Here, and I give over. I start pointing out 9 gold. 9 gold.
Beautiful. She takes it. She ties the little. Oh, you don't have a purse, so it's just loose
No,
coin.
I do. I stole one from that little bitch that stabbed me.
That's true. That's true. She takes the coin purse and she just ties it to her belt.
Serge, your pocket, please.
And she sort of gestures to the door and says, "Dinner will be in an hour. I think he seemed busy down there, didn't he? And I think we have pie tonight, if you like pie."
This is so great. And I just look over at Cliff, if he's still here.
He's like, his feet are absolutely facing the door, and he's thinking about how he needs to get back to work. But he's like,
Thank you. No, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this for us.
you seem to do it all yourself. I didn't feel right really saying that I knew you, and I didn't. I'm just going to quickly say, I'm taking my gondola away. The gondolier's been waiting outside this whole time, so I'm going to go back with them. I don't know if you're okay just to stay here or what the deal is.
Oh, do we need to go get our gondola?
Yeah, we probably could have. We could have like
we should have brought our gondola.
You could have saved him a fare, but like.
But also, so we don't. This is awkward. We don't need our room tonight anymore.
Are you asking me for the money back?
Well.
Are we? Is that what you're asking?
Well, we don't need the room anymore, and three gold is quite a lot for one room, which is what we paid.
I thought it was 3 gold each.
I can't remember.
It is currently dark outside, young lady.
Yeah.
And we did not sell those rooms to people because you had paid for them.
Yeah. No, that's like we understand that. We understand that. We might come back for like drinks or something at some point. So yeah. You keep
We'll
on
take
to
the
it.
room then. Bye, Cliff.
He walks out the door, gets on the gondola and goes.
I love Cliff as a human. Just kind of like on our tour of the house, he was just in full NPC mode, just kind of.
Yeah, just powered
Oh,
down.
Oh yeah. Should we can go get our gondola tomorrow, right? Or should we run back and get it? Or
I don't know.
You
I
asking
don't
me,
think
or is that Nick speaking out loud?
I don't
that's
think
Nick
we
speaking out loud.
padlocked it.
Oh, did we not padlock it?
No.
He's okay. His Custer say he is no boat crime.
He did say that. The custard did say there's no boat crime.
He is no boat crime.
There is no boat
There's
crime.
only land crime. and
Yeah.
Stabbing crime.
You might get stabbed, but they won't steal a boat. There is honour there somewhere.
Yep, I don't see it as the boy that got stabbed. I do not see that, but yeah, I can understand that it's there. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have anything at the cat and the custard pot?
No, I think you've just been carrying stuff on your back.
Yeah.
the whole time.
Can's got the carpet bag.
Sort of look over at Marla.
Oh, she's
and-
shuffled up right off. Like
Cool,
quiet as a mouse, she's gone.
In that case, I go. Ha! Well, it looks like we've got a place to stay.
He's good. He's nice. He's Surgeon Nix is happy.
Yeah. Are you happy? Are you happy?
He's
I think so.
he's
I mean-
good. He's and he's gonna like jam his hand in the carpet bag and pull out the like piece of paper of the like the job. He's today. He's
Oh. We're gonna go in the morning. We're gonna go first thing in the morning.
he's okay. He's just check. He.
Oh wait. Come. And I'm gonna pull them through to the tower.
Mm.
And I don't have anything. But Cam, get out your picture.
Oh, he is.
Can I look around for some way to
Yes.
like put it on
Object work, just such good object work every time.
So good. Look, we can put up on the
Yes.
wall.
His hope.
Oh, here. Can I help? Serge, where do we put it? Here?
I think. Are there any walls around that are a good place to put a?
No, as it turns out, there's no walls. It's weird.
we
It's all made of
walk in
glass.
and go. Ah.
There's definitely wall space because it's pretty barren. And actually, not being in a frame really suits this place because there's a curve to the wall. But there's not really like blue tack, fantasy blue tack.
I have string. Can I make something so we can like? It's gonna look terrible, but like.
Yeah, sure. I think
It's just gonna roll up on the street.
But like a little bit. I don't know. I'm
He's-
trying.
After-
I think after a lot, like what is essentially too much time,
We
you
spent
do
a
a
full
lot
hour
of like
doing
rolling it the other way and trying to get it straightened out, and then you think quite a long time about whether you should put a hole in it to like put the string through, and but eventually it's up and it's just sort of against the stone. Yeah. I'd love to say that I had floor plans and artwork of this town, but I really don't.
I'm on it.
Disappointed. No, I'm joking.
Let's make it in Minecraft immediately.
I think so. I'm gonna just sort of take another little look of the place. Like you say, it's got essentially three kind of partitioned kind of you know what I mean, like three levels, each with a little bathroom and a little sort of bedroom type
Yeah, you've got
area
ground
and a little
floor.
sort of like space.
So 4 levels total.
Cool.
including the ground
4
floor
levels
kitchenette
total.
bit, yeah.
The ground floor, it would be essentially, it could be another place where bedrooms could be, or it could be what you'll probably end up using it for, which is entertaining, or whatever it is. It's just a space where you can all hang out.
Sorry,
Oh.
What an incredible freeze again!
Every time. It's always great.
I mean, Zoom does give us these gifts.
It's just
Oh, he's not coming back anytime soon. So what I'll say is this: you.
wait.
Oh, here he is. Here he is. What were you?
Sorry,
what were you saying?
I think
before you were so rudely frozen.
Oh God. So,
No.
just for your part of the kimono, my source of hotspot has just run out of juice. So I apologize if I was just essentially saying. So is it like balconies, or is it like a trapdoor situation where you've got a ladder, or is it like a zooby zoo, or is it like
There's no balconies.
Cool.
The stairs go up on the kind of, they hug the wall, and it's not a trapdoor and a ladder situation. It's a regular set of stone stairs that take you up to the next level, and there are windows, but no balconies, and it's internal staircase.
I guess my question really is there space to, as opposed to having like, for the start, for the beginning, is there space to have a cuddle puddle in the middle of a floor of one of the floors, or is it like,
What is a cuddle puddle, young man?
you know what, like one big bed situation?
Oh, okay.
It's a legally
that's
distinct group of 3 people, including one female elf, one large character with messy hair, and one small boyish character, all sharing a bed. But it's legally distinct.
It's legally distinct.
Puddle.
You could do that on one of the floors. It would take a great deal of difficulty getting the beds. There'd be an awful lot of pivot as you try and get the beds out of the bedrooms and then down the stairs. You really hated that I just quoted Friends, didn't you? My God, Nikki's face is livid.
Oh dear.
But yeah, technically it's of course possible to do that.
Cool.
Fucking hate Friends. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I would probably like, it's getting late. Oh no, there's dinner. There's dinner.
Yeah,
It's
it's about
sort
time.
of-
It's about time to move through for dinner. Yeah.
I think I'm kind of sheepishly like looking in the rooms and kind of going like, so like, how are we gonna do the, like, do you want to pick your rooms, or do you like?
Well, I would really love it if I could have the room she suggested. Which is it like the top, or is it?
It's the middle one.
Middle.
Yeah, the second to top.
Yeah, if I could have one where the windows are like tinted, that would be great for me.
Yeah. Did the sky just open up around you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't really mind which one I have like yet, but like.
I mean, if you wanted, you could both just stay in that one with me while you decide which one you want.
Yeah, because I think, to be honest, I think
It's an important decision.
It needs a lot of thinking, and I don't have that much time right now. So, like, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So you are. During this conversation, you're very taken by the smell coming from the main house, which is pastry and garlicky meats. No, there he is. He's back. The smell draws you into the main part of the house, where you see that Marla has dressed for dinner. She's wearing a gown that frankly looks odd on her, because when you saw her before, she was sort of, she was wearing very well worn kind of modified armor, essentially, just out of habit, because it's clearly not seen any use in a long time. But she's
like a gambeson, like a padded.
like what?
A gambeson. Gambeson.
What is it?
Like it's like padded.
It's like a padded jacket. It's a padded leather armor. It's padded leather, quilted leather armor.
Well, I'd say like her trousers were made of leather, but that butt was real saggy. It was not like she's not filled out those leather trousers in a little while, and the top was like a kind of padded jacket. And now she's got on a kind of dress that's and she sits at the head of the table, and the dishes are brought out. And there is a mixed meat pie and creamed spinach and gravy, and there's an awful lot of like side dishes and some buttery peppered leeks come out. And she, you see her sitting at the head of the table, and she has a large like glass cup. Fucking couldn't find the word. And she takes these ceramic teeth out and puts them in the glass. They're just floating there. And then she just begins to kind of like gum at the food as she puts it in her mouth. And she loves food so much. There's an awful lot of like like enjoying it as each new mouthful goes in. So on edge.
Full on. It's like, oh, this all looks amazing.
She's got 2 drinks on the go. She's got one quite nice looking glass goblet of wine, and then she's got another longer. Everything there's an awful. She was in the glass business. Everything there's an awful lot of glass, and one is a tall glass of like spiced milky drink, which she sort of she chugs away at it as well, and she just keeps saying, "You must ask if you want anything, anything in particular."
This is amazing. Like. These leeks are warm. Like
this is what this can be like. When you cook them, it's different, isn't it? Softer.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's they're slippery and nice. I like them a lot. So you were in the you were in the you're right.
Good, carry on. It's fine. They're just slippery and warm, like you like them a lot. It's
they're slippery and nice, and I like them a lot. So you're in the the glass making business. I think Cliff said it. I think you did. We were actually looking at a job the other day in a glass making factory. Apparently, there's loads of stuff being smashed overnight and stuff like that.
She's just finished her play, and she pushes it and gets her teeth back out of the water bomb, puts them back in. Tell me everything.
Yeah.
Interesting. Which factory was it? Which factory?
What factory was it? Do we know?
I don't think you do, actually.
Don't know.
Well, we do know because it's on we took the thing, right? We know.
That's true. That is true. You are going to meet Alana.
Yes.
She's Alana.
Who runs who manages the factory at a place called Elite Glass.
Elite Glass.
No, he'll get it.
Should I just leave him to it or wait patiently? I'm not sure.
He's Hilly Glass. He's Hilana.
Yeah,
Lana
it was Mrs. Kalana. Jesus.
Ah, yes. Well, I'm less worried then. They are quite big. I think they won't go under with a few broken panes of
Oh,
glass.
right.
They are probably the biggest producer of glass, and they grow bigger every year.
Oh.
Oh.
What else do you know about it? What else
Well,
do you know about the job?
Not
Not
much.
a lot.
I don't think they know much about it. I think they said that they were looking for someone to first of all find out what was happening, and second of all stop it from happening. I think. So yeah, I guess. Like, do you know any like? We met some stinky babies out
Stinky
on our
babies.
travels that really didn't like carts. They didn't like carriages. I guess, like, is there anything out here that really doesn't like glass?
Not in my years in the business, that is for sure.
Did you?
I think.
Sorry. You said that like they're a big business. So are there other like smaller businesses? Is glass making like a big thing here?
It is, in fact, the main export of the city is glass. It is what we are. Arroway glass is the finest glass in the empire.
So it could be like a rival glassmaker that's doing it.
It could be, yeah, could be. That is, but it is interesting that it is elite. I would. When I was first in the business, there was a fairly even market. Everybody kind of stuck to their lane, and we did windows mostly for like fine households, because we had already had the contacts in that kind of thing. We knew some people who would like that. And there are people who do goblets, and there are people who do, so it's everybody kind of sits in their lane. And then Elite came along, and it was like, it was kind of like it felt like they were cheating somehow, but of course they weren't really. They just had a lot of money that backed them. But they instantly had the biggest factory, and they had all these kilns and furnaces.
He's octopus waiter.
Octopus wafer.
He's like octopus waiter.
Octopus waiter.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like they got an unfair advantage. That's a lovely analogy. I like that very much. It was kind of like that, and it was one of the reasons why Frank and I decided to retire at the time that we did. We just didn't feel like we wanted to compete. We just felt like we could really fight it out for our space in the market, or we could just sell and move on. And that's what we did. We retired because Elite was they liked to do everything, and they were very good at it, and not a lot of soul in what they do, though, I don't think.
So maybe. I mean, we're gonna go check it out tomorrow and see if we can.
You're going to see Alana, I would imagine.
Yes, yeah. Has she been? Yeah, she nice. Has she been working for Elite a long time, or is she like from somewhere else?
She used to work for us for a while, and they poached her. They took her, and I don't really know how they did that, because I don't think they're paying her better. But I don't know what they decided to pay her. But it's not like she's suddenly got a lot more cash. That's me being judgmental, maybe.
Right. Okay. So that's. What if it is like just someone that's like disgruntled and doesn't want, like, I don't feel great about like, I feel okay about kind of getting rid of like vermin or whatever, or stinky babies.
Yeah.
But when it's like people, it kind of feels a bit weird.
Well, I think thing just said. Oh, I can't remember what it said. But if it's just like find out what's happening, then we can just find out.
His smash, his want to know, his information.
So they just want to know information. So if whatever it is, we can just, find out and then say, hey, this is the situation. Just get the money.
You know what's kind of interesting? It occurs to me. I know she gets kind of conspiratorial in the way that she talks. She's not really part of the everyday running, but because of my old contacts, I do know that the person who actually big time owns the factory and doesn't do very much in it is the new pro council.
Wait, the new pro council, owns.
Save a Barg, yeah, who now is the new. Just recently, you probably don't know about this, being so new to the city, but we recently had a shift in pro council in the city, and she was she was a business person before. She wasn't in politics.
Right.
Oh, so she's changed.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting to me that she hasn't put Custis on it, or the prefect, that she's asking for people to look into it who, are not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna sort of just eat some more food, and as I'm eating, I kind of telepathically say to both of them, just at slightly different times, are we sure we want to do this? If what we think happened to Marcus actually happened to Marcus, and she saw our faces, do we actually want to do something that might get us in her eye line again, or do we want to choose a different job? Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, and there's a part of me that wants to run from this and never touch it, but she's the pro council here. We can't avoid her forever. For all she knows, we just helped Marcus back. We left. We don't know anything. This was something up on the board. We're just innocent people just doing a job. And if it gets too sketchy, we take our reward and we leave it. But also,
Okay.
something shady's going on, and I don't think it's necessarily up to us to get involved, but we should at least know what's going on so we can avoid it.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. I just don't want to... I don't want what happened to Marcus to happen to us.
I know. Me neither.
While you've been talking, the dessert has come out, which is an option of either a cheese platter or rice pudding. And you watch her, she takes her teeth out again and pours cream in the rice pudding, and then she takes a few chunks of cheese and throws it in the rice pudding and stirs it round. And so I was like, this is my favorite game.
Oh God, no! Oh, that was a real.
And you just sort of hear kind of go, there's this sort of stringy mozzarella.
Oh no, Lydia, what's wrong with you?
Oh, this is honestly, there's no game in the world that I like better.
Tom and Nikki are gonna throw up.
It's a real I don't think I get it as much as Nikki does, but it's a real textural thing for me. And that, whoa,
I think cheesy rice pudding could be interesting.
I'm with you on it. I'm like, Nix is gonna try it. That's where we're at.
can I just say, the fact that you said mozzarella makes it far better
Yeah.
than what I had
makes
in
it
my
worse
mind,
for Nikki.
which was chunks of fucking cheddar cheese.
That's
Yeah, it's
what I-
not like
Sliced
Stilton.
with-
There's no, she didn't pick up a piece of Stilton.
Chunks
or
of
like
cheddar
Saint
cheese
Ogur or something.
warming and just sort of like getting to that point of not melting but gelatinous kind of out. Sort of,
Yeah, just sweaty. Yeah, sweaty. And
Lydia,
so there's no awkwardness
we've
this
been
time. A lot. Go on.
Fucking just no. Don't weaponize risotto and then fucking try and then like make it seem like you were just fuck. We've been working on like actual recipes for this world. Like I'm gonna be
This is
making
like
some of them,
And this,
and this is the shit you say at me.
There have been, other times when you guys have telepathically chatted and it's sort of ended up being awkward, especially for Cam. But this time she's just like, eating and drinking, and it's sort of it's not difficult.
sorry, it just got me again.
It's bad. It's bad.
It's not good.
Especially when you think of like that
Hey,
special
let's-
thing that
maybe
happens
let's
to your
not.
mouth
Let's
when you
not.
don't have
Let's
teeth
not.
in it. And
I'm
the thought
sorry, I'm muting you. You're muted right now. Michelle, can you put your hand up when she's fucking talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this
yeah,
shit? 'Cause I can't hear you at all right now.
Oh God, I need art of it.
No, you don't, Lydia. You
Someone
don't.
draw it. Someone draw it. I'll do it. No.
Okay.
Okay. Come back, Tom. Come back to us.
Yep, I'm back. I'm
Right.
back.
Anyway, we're eating. We're gonna. Okay, right. Okay, plan. We'll go check it out tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. What do you think of the new pro council woman, Marla?
Well, as I said before, I think it was her money that meant that Elite Glass was already so, like, kitted. So I'm totally biased, but I think she's a raging bitch.
Just all three of us just go.
I'm sorry, my language is terrible. I was at sea for a long time. I picked up terrible language from sailors and pirates, so I
You're at
apologize for that.
sea. Where'd you go?
Everywhere. I spent a lot of time on the ocean, but I've been to every region of this empire. I've set my paws down on the sands of every region.
Wow. Hey, can you tell? You said something about you telling stories to the kids. Would I be allowed to like listen?
Oh yes, of course. They do make me tell the more boring stories on those because they don't like me to talk about blood or death or like gouging people's eyes out with my thumbs. It's different when you're a cat, But so I have to kind of tone it down. But I could tell you some different ones. We could have more grown-up stories. I mean, not like that. Gosh, no. But like. Just carving out a little space for the furries. That's
that'd be incredible. I'd
it's
love
my
to hear.
pleasure. I do like to. It keeps the memory of my Frank alive. He was a good man. Anyway, I grow tired, so I'm just going to go and read for a bit, and you can do what you like with your evening. And up, she kind of pushes herself up and like brushes some crumbs off her dress and shuffles away. She's got a bit of like pudding. And you are left with the remains of your cheese board and your listen, yeah, and it is, you can retire to your tower.
Oh, sweet.
I think certainly from Serge's point of view, there's like this has been a hell of a day. It has been a hell of a day, and the idea of having a place to actually rest that is kind of our like permanent place to rest is kind of amazing. And I don't think there's, the reason I'm saying this is I don't think there's much kind of dilly dally around sort of like getting sort of comfy, getting in the little sort of like pile and kind of putting my clean robe on as opposed to the dirty one that I've been. I'll put my night robe on as opposed to my day robe.
Night robe.
and sort of like properly like curl up at the end of the bed type thing, I think.
Yeah, I think as we're going to bed or sleep, I think Nyx just says like a little, like I guess it's prayer, but just like she updates whoever this person is that's been helping her, kind of thing, with like the day and like, I think we did it. I think we have somewhere to stay. Man, I hope this is good this time, kind of thing. She's not necessarily expecting anything back. It's just like I'm telling you about my day.
And so for my personal reference, are you trancing earlier and then waking up earlier, or are you like just hanging in the pile and then trancing later?
I think it depends. I think if they fall asleep, then I'll stay awake with the idea that I'll trance later.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh god, I don't know.
And are you this pile? Is it in like the main social area? Is it did you make it in your room?
I
Did you
think
all huddle into your room?
we made it in Nyx's room.
Yeah.
For that reason. But yeah, depending on how early it is, I may suggest like, oh, shall I trance now? And so I can wake up like in the middle of the night. I think I'll do that with the thinking like.
So you send this little message out to whoever is listening, and then with your friends around you, you go into a trance. And I think I'll just, before we... So you then slip into a dream. You are again in that room with the midnight blue ore ribboning through the ceilings and walls, and the many little tiny pearls of light. But this time, there is also a carved wooden cabinet in the room that the lady who was there before, tall, curly little Bob, is desperately trying to push these pebbles into the cabinet and then trying to shut the door, but they keep like slipping back out again. And she turns around, babe. And she like, again, it's that thing that she's instantaneously by your side and kisses the top of your forehead. My goodness, I've got a lot to get through. You know, I'm trying to help here, but honestly, it's not like I can tidy things away in the way that you can. But you know, I'm trying, aren't I?
Oh, I appreciate it. I really do. You don't have to do this though. I'll do it. I just, you know,
well,
it's a lot.
You know, I've been trying to think, you know, for the next time that you turn up, what might be useful, and I thought I'd just sort of randomly pick some stuff out for you to tidy.
Okay.
And so then it's like ready. So
Perfect.
and
Thank you.
she pours a couple of pebbles, a couple of these little pearls into your hand. And there's a few of them that are that kind of bright white, and there's one of them that's blue. Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whack
What do you roll a d4 for me?
Oh, yeah. That's a D8.
Those bloody blue pebbles.
4.
You find yourself suddenly in a large feast hall. There is this cacophony of sound, of voices, of music, and a long stone table. The room is again dark stone, no windows, but there's a lot of vibrant, warm light coming from chandeliers and candles, and you hear this music flowing, and you are near the head of the table, and you're sort of looking at the people who are sat around you, and a lot of them, like you, are drow as well. And you have this like warm feeling of contentment as you eat and drink and sometimes join in these songs that everybody seems to know the lyrics to, and everyone's just sort of singing along, and it has this familiar feeling of belonging and tradition, and then your eye lands on a man quite far away from you on the table. There's somebody way over there, in the way that when there's a lot of people in a feast hall, sometimes there's like a little toast that just happens in one area and doesn't really kind of garner the attention of the entire room. But somebody is toasting this man who is not drow, so he sort of catches your eye. And there's a toast, somebody who's saying that this guest in their home is great company and brings kind of interesting ideas of trade and making connections. And this man, who is a gnome with sunken eyes, is staring right at you. Beady, dark eyes, and his eyes don't move away from yours, even through the toast. And he just lifts his glass, looking at you poignantly, and smiles as he kind of chinks the cheers, and then drinks. And you're out. Do you do another?
Yeah, I think she's got that thing of like, oh my god, there was something there. That was me. So yeah, I'll do another.
Roll a d4 and re-roll if you get a 4.
2.
This one's blue. This memory is dark and frightening. It's hard to see where you are, but you are aware of the fact that you are slipping in and out of consciousness. When you're awake, you feel this slimy, constricting walls around you. And then you suddenly see this tiny needle of light ahead of you. And with that light, you see this curved knife coming towards you and cutting through the darkness. And it just cuts you as it goes down through the space that you're occupying. And this flood of light comes in. You groan in pain, but you're barely kind of awake to do much else or to try and prevent it from happening. And there is, silhouetted against the bright light that's flooding into this constricting space, there is a human man, scruffy, dark hair, very handsome, troubled looking, a wide-brimmed hat, and a cigarette kind of hanging from his mouth. And you hear this voice from him as your eyes that are sort of clouded from not being completely conscious. You hear the voice that goes, "Good gods, I think that's the kid from the kelp farm. Gods, I think he's still alive. What the bloody hell do we do?" And then you hear this voice that says, "What are you talking about, Bez? That kid's long gone." And he starts to speak again. "No, Aoife, I'm serious. Look, he's in a terrible, terrible state, but I think he's alive. For Panlaw's sake, he's been in there for days. How is this even possible? Quick, you've got to help me, Aoife." And this female sea elf comes into view, And she's got like masses of really messy, kind of gross, like kelpy sort of hair, and she helps this bear's character that she's talking to pull you from what you now see to be this dark grey, huge creature. And your sight begins to fade, but you're aware of the fact that you're being carried. There's this like jolting movement as the man runs across the gangplank of a ship and through the docks into the streets of a city. And you just, the last thing that you hear is the voice that says, "It's okay, boy, I'm getting you help. Stay with me, boy. For Nikesse's sake, you've survived this long. Don't give up now." And then you are brought back into the room. And the woman says to you, "Well, that's a start, isn't it?"
Yeah. Do you think there's some way these blue ones, can I like, is there somewhere I can put them? I don't think they're mine.
Wish I understood better. But just keep popping them away and we'll get there in the end, won't we?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so how many more have I got? Like 5 or something?
She sort of looks around the room. Yeah, or something. I'll be waiting. See ya.
Oh, wait. Oh.
And you wait, and your eyes open, and you just see the sleeping, like rise and fall of your friends' chests as they're asleep in the night. I think we'll leave it there.
Oh.
Oh goodness, guys! I think our glorious Twitch viewers once again got a bum deal this ride. But
Yeah.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you if you're watching on VOD. Thank you if you're watching on YouTube. We love and appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for coming on this little ride with us. Come back next time where they go and try and delve into this new mystery of the glass saboteurs.
We work a night shift in a glass factory.
Yeah.
That's what will happen.
That's
Hey,
Saturday.
Will Surge survive until level 3? Who's to say?
Probably
guys,
not.
you do survive to level 3 because you've leveled up. You got your
Hey.
So do a quick roll. I know, Nikki, you're a man that is full of secrets. So just take a picture of it and update your profile.
Will do. Thank you very much to Mako Marine for following. Thank you very much for Drenized for following. Thank you very much for the Warfits for following. Thank you very much to Tanzanite Gamer for following. Thank you very much, Wade Paul, and thank you very much, Poke Your Eyes Out Games, for hosting us.
Thank you.
And we'll be back
Wonderful.
again
Thank you,
on
everybody, so much.
Saturday
Yeah.
with Dragon Age in the morning and
Yeah.
Side Quest, which is episode 3 of Monster Hearts.
Yeah, what will
Can't
our
wait.
kids get up to?
Who knows? And then we'll be back again next week with more of this. And if you join the Discord, come jump in the Discord, come hang out with us. I think that just about covers it. I was about to do exclamation mark Frudo because that's where my head is right now.
Thank you everyone who bought t-shirts. Like I said, I didn't really do it for profit. It was just a dumb fun thing, but
Join the cult.
Bruno says thanks.
Join us.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.